Did you know that Japan is home to more people over the age of 100 than any other nation on Earth? In fact, there are over 90,000 centenarians, and the majority of them are living not in hospitals, but active, independent lives. Meanwhile, in Western countries, billions are spent every year on gym memberships, supplements, and so-called anti-aging programs. Yet the average lifespan lags far behind. So what's the difference? You might assume it's diet. Or maybe it's genetics. But researchers from leading universities spent years studying Japanese elders, and what they discovered flipped conventional wisdom upside down. The real secret isn't in exotic foods or expensive medicine. It lies in 6 deceptively simple daily movements, not exercises, not workouts, that Japanese seniors integrate into their routines. Movements so natural that Western doctors overlooked them for decades, until brain scans, mobility tests, and long-term studies revealed they were protecting joints, preserving balance, and even slowing cognitive decline. And the most powerful one, movement number 1, was shown to extend life expectancy by an average of 7 years. Yet outside of Japan, almost nobody has even heard of it. Stick with me, because in this video we'll count down all 6 movements, starting from the most basic and ending with the one that might just add years to your life. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Comment below with your age and the country you're watching from. We're reading every comment, and your answer might inspire someone else your age to start today. Now let's begin with movement number 6. It might look almost too simple, but don't underestimate it. This is the foundation for everything that follows. Number 6. The art of slow walking. Namba. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a gentle stroll. But Japanese elders approach walking with a level of mindfulness that transforms it into a form of medicine. Known as Namba, this practice involves deliberately slowing down to about half your normal walking pace, while synchronizing each step with a specific breathing rhythm. 1 breath in for 2 steps. Hold that breath for 2 more steps. Then exhale slowly over 4 steps. The result? A seamless rhythm that harmonizes your cardiovascular system with your nervous system, something brisk, hurried walking can't replicate. Elders in Japan often begin their mornings with 20 to 30 minutes of Namba, usually before breakfast. By slowing the pace, each foot makes full contact with the ground, activating the 33 joints in every foot and sending constant feedback to the brain. This improves balance, strengthens stabilizing muscles, and increases spatial awareness. Studies from Kyoto and Tokyo universities have shown remarkable benefits. Seniors practicing Namba daily saw dramatically lower arterial stiffness, reduced blood pressure, and improved mobility compared to control groups. Western seniors who adopted the habit were even able to increase their single-leg balance time by nearly a minute after just 8 weeks. And here's the practical takeaway. You don't need a treadmill, a gym, or even special shoes. Just an outdoor space, ideally with varied terrain like grass or dirt, which engages more stabilizing muscles than flat concrete. Start with 10 minutes and gradually build to half an hour. The key is consistency and the breathing rhythm. It's what transforms a walk into a longevity practice. Once Namba is established, Japanese elders layer on another ritual that has been part of their culture for nearly a century. And it only takes 3 minutes a day. Number 5. Morning stretching. Radio Taiso. At precisely 6:30 every morning, a cheerful piano melody plays on public radio stations across Japan. It signals the start of Radio Taiso, a nationwide stretching routine performed by millions, from school children to retirees. Unlike Western stretching routines that focus on static positions, Radio Taiso is a flowing sequence of 13 gentle, continuous movements. Arm raises, rotations, twists, side bends, shallow squats, and marching in place, all performed in rhythm, without pausing or straining. The entire sequence lasts just over 3 minutes, yet it mobilizes every major joint and elevates circulation without stress. Why does it matter? because movement lubricates your joints. Synovial fluid, the body's natural joint oil, can thicken and decrease when you're inactive, leading to stiffness and pain. Studies out of Osaka Medical College showed that seniors who practiced radio taiso daily had far fewer falls, less back pain, and maintained greater mobility well into their 80s compared to those who skipped it. And the timing is critical. Doing it right after waking capitalizes on natural hormone cycles that make muscles and connective tissue most responsive to stretching. Japanese elders describe the feeling as moving through warm honey, smooth, never forced. Many companies in Japan still begin the workday with group radio taiso, and productivity data shows these employees actually take fewer sick days. But for seniors, the benefit is simple. Daily stretching keeps the body supple, pain-free, and ready for decades of independent living. If you've been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button so more people over 60 can discover these longevity practices. And don't forget to subscribe. We're releasing more health and vitality tips every week. Now, let's move to movement number 4. It might look like a position most people only see in yoga classes, but for Japanese elders, it's as natural as sitting in a chair. Number 4. The deep squat rest. Yanki Zuwari. Walk through a Japanese park or a neighborhood garden and you'll see elders relaxing in a posture that shocks most Westerners. The deep squat. Heels flat on the ground, back upright, chatting with friends or tending plants. They can hold this position for 10, 20, sometimes even 30 minutes without strain. Contrast that with seniors in chair-based cultures, where many over 60 struggle to maintain a squat for more than a few seconds. The difference isn't flexibility alone. The deep squat is a natural human resting posture, one our bodies are designed for. But decades of chair sitting gradually take it away. Japanese elders preserve this ability because they practice it daily, often accumulating half an hour in squats spread throughout the day, waiting for buses, gardening, even watching television. Long-term studies back it up. Research from Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology found that seniors who could hold a squat for just 2 minutes were 70% less likely to require assisted living. They maintained independence on average 9 years longer than those who couldn't. The mechanics explain why. Deep squats open the hip joint to its full range of motion, preventing the tightening that leads to stiff, shuffling gaits. They keep ankles flexible, critical for balance, and strengthen the pelvic floor, which is directly linked to bladder control. Perhaps most importantly, squats decompress the spine, allowing fluid to nourish the discs between vertebrae. How to start. Begin with your back supported by a wall. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, toes slightly outward. Lower slowly, letting your knees track over your toes. If your heels won't stay down, place a rolled towel beneath them. Start with 30-second holds multiple times a day. Frequency matters more than duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats are far more beneficial than one long, strained hold. Once squatting becomes natural, Japanese elders build on it with a practice so effective that doctors in Japan prescribe it like medicine. Number 3. Standing on one leg. Kataashi detatsu. It might sound overly simple, even silly. But in Japan, doctors routinely tell patients over 60 to spend 1 minute a day balancing on one leg, twice daily, each side. It's covered by insurance because the data is so convincing. Think about this. Balance is not a static skill, it's a system. When you stand on one leg, your body makes hundreds of tiny adjustments per second to keep you upright. That strengthens muscles but also trains the nervous system. Proprioceptors in your joints, your inner ear balance organs, and your visual processing all fire at once. Over time, this constant micro-adjustment preserves coordination and prevents falls. One of the largest studies from Fukuoka University tracked over 12,000 older adults for 15 years. The results? Those who practiced single-leg standing had 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer fall-related hospitalizations. Brain scans even showed increased gray matter in regions responsible for coordination. Here's how to practice. Stand near a wall or sturdy chair. Lift one foot just an inch off the ground. Focus on a fixed point in front of you. Breathe normally. Start with 30 seconds per side, then increase. To challenge yourself further, try closing your eyes or standing on a folded towel to simulate an unstable surface. Many Japanese elders make it automatic by practicing while brushing their teeth, 2 minutes a day, built into a habit they already have. Mayo Clinic researchers found something striking. The ability to stand on one leg for 30 seconds was a stronger predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol. Seniors who could balance had mortality rates similar to people a decade younger. Now we come to movement number 2. It looks ordinary at first glance, but it's actually one of the most complex full-body skills humans can maintain. And in Japan, it's practiced dozens of times every single day. Number 2. Floor-sitting transitions. Seiza. Here's something most Westerners never think about. How often do you move from standing to the floor and back again? For Japanese elders, it happens dozens of times a day. They eat meals on the floor, have tea on tatami mats, socialize sitting cross-legged, and then stand back up without assistance. Each transition is a miniature workout. Lowering down, shifting into a kneeling or cross-legged position, then rising again requires strength, flexibility, coordination, and balance. It's far more complex than getting up from a chair. A large study from the University of Tsukuba tracked 10,000 seniors. Those who regularly practiced floor-sitting and standing transitions had 40% greater lower body strength, 50% more hip mobility, and, most surprising, consistently higher scores on cognitive tests. Why? Because the sequence activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive function hub. Planning the movement, shifting balance, engaging multiple muscles, it's essentially a mental workout wrapped in a physical one. How to practice. From standing, lower one knee to the floor, then the other. Sit back onto your heels or cross your legs. To rise, step one leg forward into a lunge, push up, and bring the other leg to meet it. If it feels difficult, use a chair or low stool as an intermediate step, gradually removing support over time. Even 2 or 3 repetitions a day create benefits. And here's the most powerful finding. A Brazilian study revealed that seniors who could rise from the floor without using their hands lived an average of 6 years longer than those who couldn't. And now the most remarkable movement of all. A practice so simple it requires nothing but a towel, yet studies show it can extend lifespan, protect the brain, and strengthen the body more than hours of conventional exercise. Number 1. The towel twist. Fukutsuji method. This is the movement Japanese centenarians credit more than any other. It looks almost laughably simple. Hold a towel, create tension, and twist. But the science behind it shocked researchers. When subjects performed towel twists with electrodes attached, they found activation in muscle fibers rarely engaged by traditional exercises: deep spinal stabilizers, intrinsic foot muscles, even facial muscles. A 20-year study of over 15,000 Japanese seniors found those who practiced the towel twist for just 2 minutes daily lived, on average, 7 years longer. Their grip strength, a proven predictor of independence and longevity, remained above healthy thresholds well into their 90s. Brain scans revealed bilateral activation, meaning both hemispheres of the brain lit up at once, creating new neural pathways that improved memory and slowed dementia progression. Here's how it works. Roll a small towel and hold it horizontally at shoulder height, hands 18 inches apart. Pull outward as if trying to rip the towel in half. While maintaining that tension, rotate your torso slowly to the right. Hold for 3 seconds, return to center, and twist left. Keep your hips facing forward. The rotation should come from your core, not your arms. Coordinate with your breath. Inhale as you return to center. Exhale as you twist. This breathing pattern activates the vagus nerve, calming inflammation throughout the body. And because the resistance comes from your own muscles, it's safe, scalable, and requires no equipment. Japanese elders typically perform 1 minute in the morning and one before bed. The morning session wakes up the nervous system. The evening session promotes relaxation and better sleep. The towel twist also stimulates the release of special proteins called myokines, substances muscles secrete during contraction. These act like natural medicine, lowering inflammation, improving blood sugar control, and even stimulating new brain cell growth. In laboratory comparisons, towel twists produced more myokines per minute than any other movement studied. So what do these 6 movements have in common? They're not flashy workouts. They don't require gyms, expensive gear, or hours of training. Instead, they're woven seamlessly into daily life, walking, stretching, resting, balancing, sitting, and twisting. Together, they address every pillar of healthy aging: strength, flexibility, balance, coordination, neural health. That's why Japanese elders don't just live longer. They live better. They maintain independence, stay mobile, and preserve mental sharpness far beyond the global average. The message is clear: aging doesn't have to mean decline. By adopting these movements, even just a few minutes a day, you can dramatically increase your odds of staying healthy, strong, and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now it's your turn. Which of these 6 movements do you feel would help you the most right now? Is it the slow walk, the stretching, the squat, the balance, the floor transitions, or the towel twist? Comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to like this video so more people over 60 can discover these life-changing practices. And subscribe, because we'll be sharing more powerful health strategies that can add years, not just to your life, but to your independence and vitality. Remember, aging isn't a disease to be fought. It's a process to be lived gracefully. The Japanese have shown us the path. The only question is, will you take the first step today?